Welcome back to the Console Complete Podcast, featuring myself, Spencer, and my co-host, Matt, with NFL Gaming TV, and from another dimension, parallel to our own, Bizarro Fistcake.
Hello, I like to beat women because I have a goatee and a tank top. Roar. Hold on, let me grab one of my brewskis real quick here. Oh, God. Yeah, I had an unfortunate beard accident. I tried to trim it, which I've been like 50-50 with, so I'm slowly improving over the years, but I still need to work on it. So yeah, no, here I am. Look at it.
Goatee.
With the goatee. Just goateeing around, you know? Goatees be.
Well, with that being said, we're going to start with what we played this week. Feast cake. Start us off.
Feast cake.
I was just started away. Sword and shit. Okay, I just had to do a retweet of a tweet, you know?
Oh, right, yeah, tweetception.
And hang out.
We had to try to figure this out, dude.
No, I'm still... I know. But the tweet comes out at 3.
Coors Light.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I'm
His
just
natty ice.
Just trying to hang out and just
His
chill out.
cousins came over to shoot some animals or something.
Some animals or something. Now just children.
We're going out to shoot some snakes.
Now we just shoot children. We go pretty hardcore.
Oh, Jesus, that's the part of the South nobody talks about.
Murder.
Deep South. Deep South. Speaking of Deep South, I played video games this week, such as, but not limited to, Smash. Played that on Friday and think Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, Wednesday and Friday. Played that for a bit. It was okay. Nothing too exciting there. Nothing too crazy. Smash Wolf came by. And I actually had pretty good arena this Friday because like nobody was like on top for too long. It was just like the perfect amount, like, oh, this guy's on a roll. Oh, wait, out of nowhere, Jiggly 55's here, and now, oh, he's a Kirby player, and he's killing everybody, okay? Oh, it's this Mr. Gamer 55 is now a Link, and he can just pretty much annihilate everybody now, too. Cool. Oh, God. I just want to...
Can't wait till those two meet in bracket.
It was the fight of the Titans, really. But yeah, they've been fighting it was just pretty cool. It was just nice to not have to like ask somebody like, "Hey, you're too good. Can you just hop out for a second so the rest of us mortals can play?" So that's pretty cool. Played some more Borderlands on Tuesday with Kelly from Super Hopped Up. We had the Reborn mod, which is supposed to like rebalance everything, but we couldn't really tell. I think if anything, it just made the game more difficult, which is, I would kind of like halfway don't even want to like play the game too hard, you know? Just want a nice casual experience, but apparently Borderlands is like, nah, loot shooting shit. Loot shooting tootin'.
Loot shooting and tootin'.
Loot shooting tootin'.
That's what they call it here in the Deep South. After we kill kids, it's loot tootin' shooting. You're shooting the toots. We call them toots instead of toddlers.
Oh,
so it's toot shooting.
right. Yeah.
And then we loot their bodies. Yeah, okay. Enough about child murder for 5 seconds.
Goodbye, sponsors.
Yeah, just for this episode. It's fine.
Yeah, every other episode's good.
We played Anthem on Wednesday, and I played like a little bit afterwards. I had a blast. Kelly from Super Hopped Up did not. He kept disconnecting, and then even before the disconnecting, apparently there was a last minute, not last minute, but there's like a patch that day where basically you have to it has to re-download the entire game to verify it and then patch it.
Yeah.
So I'd wait for him to install that, but the gameplay was fun. All the connectivity issues are not. I didn't really have a problem with it until I started trying to do quick plays and stuff outside of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And every single quick play I went to was a bugged out mission. I was not a mission that was in the process of being completed or whatever. It's a mission that they're just stuck in an area because the thing doesn't work. It's oh. And this is 5-6 times in a row, too. It wasn't I tried it 2 times and fuck it. No, it was 5 or 6. I'm oh, I guess I'll just do my own.
My first like 50 minutes in that game is just me going, just fuck it.
Yeah, Matt could like get into the game, and then we did get in the game. He had the audio glitch,
Yeah, I had the audio
so he
glitch.
had to restart everything.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the audio glitch? Is it the one that just all sound completely disappears?
Yeah, that's the one. It's
I
fun.
had that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we played the Quiet Man, but like, how would you like to play
With
Quiet
Max.
Anthem?
Yeah,
You know,
Anthem
it's
without the
it's
anthem.
pretty good. After that, it got better, but
when he actually got to play the game.
yeah, and there was audio. It was cool because I was like, oh, I'm not Quiet Man anymore. I'm like loud dude.
I'm Loud Boy. I didn't really encounter that until last night when I was playing with Adam in my free time. I was just like, oh, it was like in the middle of like a firefight too. It was weird. It was just like, and all the sounds gone. I'm like, oh, did I do something?
Did
No?
I do that?
Oh, geez. Ooh.
Urkel, anybody? Urkel?
Yeah. Urkel. Oh, yeah.
Jamal
I know.
White?
Yeah. I remember. Family matters.
Family. Yeah.
Family matters. Okay.
It really matters if Fiskegg. That's where, that's for the future of his gene pool.
Oh my God.
Oh, cousin fucking.
Cousin.
So yeah, Anthem's a great game. I am glad that instead of like trying to like, I wouldn't even see myself actually going out and buying it right now, but I got the Premier Pass. I'm like, oh, this is worth trying out for a little bit for $15 a month.
Sure.
You know?
That's exactly where we were. I was like, yeah, if this is going to be good, then sure.
Right.
But
Yeah. Which I wonder if that's like their whole plan once they realized it was like a shit show. And it's like, Premier Pass, you can try it out. Oh.
no, they've been doing that with all their new releases. EA has.
It's part of the plan. It's kind of crazy that because like Apex Legends and Anthem are both like owned by EA, aren't they?
No,
They aren't.
no.
Oh.
EA is publishing them.
Oh, EA's
Well,
yeah.
so EA owns BioWare,
Yes.
right? And then EA, I don't know if they own Respawn or if they're just in close.
I think
friends
they
with
own
them.
Respawn, if I remember correctly, but I can double check real quick while you talk it out.
Oh well, I was gonna look at, but that way you guys could talk, so we have two cameras going.
Oh my God.
All right, yeah. My name is Matt, and I run the show here. I say some crazy things, and
Yeah,
when
they
I say
own-
crazy
they-
things,
they-
I make bitches look them up. All right, bitches, what's the word?
But who are you talking
Alright.
to?
The bitches, you and Spencer.
Oh no, that's not my top. No, I'm co-bitch.
Yeah,
we're also
yeah.
a bitch
Respawn's owned
though
by
too.
Electronic Arts.
Okay.
We're all co-bitches.
Yeah.
We agreed that we signed the contract. We're all co-bitches.
You should get your lawyer to look at that.
You son of a bitch.
I snuck a clause in there.
Oh, you
A
bitch.
little secret Santa Claus.
God damn it. What was the point of this? Yeah, so EA owns Respawn and BioWare.
Yeah. So like the same publishing and I guess parent company released two games very close to each other that aren't necessarily in competition when it comes to like genre really, but at the same time they're both massively multiplayer. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say massively multiplayer.
well, you know what I mean, like lots of people at once.
They're both
are
they're
playing.
both multiplayer heavy and yeah.
Multiplayer heavy. There you go. That's
Yeah, but
better.
one's a BR and one's a looter shooter.
Well, he's just saying that, like it seems like they're almost like
They're going to try to
if
cannibalize their
people-
own product.
yeah, kind of like,
So
but
no,
not like
I
in a
don't
same
agree
genre.
with that.
You don't agree with that?
No,
All right.
because they are going to cannibalize their own product. Because I think they're releasing like the BF5 or whatever BR, like relatively
Jesus.
soon.
Oh,
Oh, God.
so they're gonna.
Yeah, so they're going to.
They're not quite there yet, but they're
They
working
did the same
on it.
thing with the Titanfall 2, where they sandwiched it in between Battlefield and then Battlefront, I
Duty.
think.
Yeah.
Or no, yeah, it was Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
they're
was
really
bad.
good at that. They have a lot of projects on the go. You know,
I think some people have been speculating that they took Apex Legends out ahead of time to kind of like douse the fire of that as Anthem, but
I don't think so.
no,
I think people are looking maybe too much into it.
probably they're probably thinking too hard until already. It's like, fuck it, I want to make money. Just release them all at the same time so I can make more money, please. Oh God. So yeah. That's Anthem. I don't know if you had anything else to add to that.
I mean, not particularly.
Yeah, I thought the gameplay's fun. Everything else sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was weird that there's literally all your like your 4 javelins. You have like big boy with guns and fast girl with guns. Well, whatever gender, but the fast one has an ass on it. It's definitely feminine. No matter which character you pick.
This is glutes, dude.
Apparently. But anyways, you have those two, and you have like your generic like roundabout guy, and then you have a fucking mage in a javelin. Why aren't they all mages with javelins, and you just teach them like, oh yeah, put like the interceptor parts into this the mage guy, you know? Like what the fuck? Like the person that can control magic in any situation is most likely going to be the winner in a fight.
Right.
I don't know.
In my humble opinion.
Because they teach police officers that the person with a knife that's in like, I don't know, like 60 feet or something like that is more dangerous than a person with a gun. I feel like it's kind of the same situation where the magic users are the gun people in that situation.
I politely disagree.
What Matt's saying is, yeah, so we can wield magic, but like bullets, though.
Well, they all have shields and shit. I mean, plus the magic. I'm sure the magic guy has like I never played the magic guy. He has like fire, lightning, ice.
Yeah, he just does elemental stuff, and he flips.
All right, well, okay, but let's look at Hulkbuster javelin, right?
Okay.
Let's say he doesn't get slowed down by,
fire,
ice
or electricity.
Yeah. He has some shock absorbers.
Okay.
And then just rolls up on Wizard Boy and just like crushes his head. You know what I'm saying? That's the knife in that situation of the cop police reference
Matt,
I had made.
You're right.
If he's immune to everything.
I was about to say, if theoretically he can just avoid attacks, not be affected by them, he would win.
Floating,
Yeah. Well, the Hulkbuster can fly, I think. I don't know. Does he jump? It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
I just thought that was weird, like a little like, give them all a little bit of magic or something. I don't know. Jesus.
The Hulkbuster guy, or call him the Colossus.
He looks like the Hulkbuster Iron Man shoot.
He can fly through the air holding his shield out in front of him and ram into stuff. He can actually do that.
Yeah.
I did that.
And, all right, so we got Wizard Dude. Here's another example of the knife gun situation. We got Wizard Dude, all right? He's shooting lightning and fire, and you got Quick Boy with ass, all right? He's hauling ass, figuratively and literally. All right, he slips in under the guard, right, and just stabs a fucking like a blade, right? Some would say a knife.
Yeah.
All right, right into the circuits of the Wizard Boy's armor and kills him. I'm just saying.
So you're saying, well, what if the mage got killed?
Yeah.
I'm just saying they all have their pluses and minuses. To be quick, maybe you can't put on the magic mods.
Yeah, is the mage guy a mage, or is he just like in a mage suit?
I'm not for sure.
There's no lore in the game, so we don't actually know.
Well, there is. It's just. There's lore. It's just not in the game.
Nobody cares about it. Yeah. I don't know, I just thought it was weird that like out of all of them, like, oh, okay, whatever. But excuse me. Played some more Apex Legends this Thursday. That was okay. The game's still fun. Apparently, they're thinking about releasing a new character soon, so we'll see how that goes. And I played Hunt Showdown with Coulter Thursday night.
Yeah, how did that go?
The game itself is another Anthem thing where the game itself is fun, but having to go to like a European server because nobody's playing it is not as fun because like the load times are random. Like sometimes it's like, 10 seconds, we're in a fight. Or like, it's 10 minutes later and now we're in a fight. And then we just got shot because they found us immediately because we have high ping and we think we're shooting them in the head. But turns out we're just shooting just like slightly right behind them. Just a little hair behind them.
That's like the worst type of lag.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the setting and I enjoy the gameplay of it, but yeah, it just doesn't have enough people. But then again, like when you're two end bosses, or you only have like two end bosses, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like it's just kind of weird to me. They have like a huge variety of like normal enemies. Like you got your dogs, your like zombies, fire zombies, water monsters, big boys, all that kinds of shit.
Oh,
But then
yeah,
you have
the tentacle beast.
the water thing, yeah. And then it's like, oh, you got the butcher or the spider. Okay.
Yeah.
What about like one more thing? Which apparently they are working on another one. Hopefully they'll bring back some people. But it's just like when you release it with that, it's like, okay, maybe like take like you could have like maybe I don't know worked less on one zombie and had like another end boss. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm not a game designer.
I'm not
I'm
a game
just,
designer.
I'm just a gamer.
I'm just a video gamer that beats my
Hashtag
wife.
Rise up.
All right. Oh Jesus. Okay.
You just said beat wife, all right, and I said rise up, and then you're
and-
gonna scoff at me.
Yeah, I can. I got the goatee. I can do it. It's fine. It's in my new character arc now.
Bizarro Fiskcake.
What else was I going to say about it? I mean, I can't think. Hunt showed. Oh, we did do a melee only run. We'd managed.
That sounds like a Coulter.
Well, it was Peach. She was like, she hopped on my chair. She's like, I'll sub if you do a melee only run. I'm like, all right, I'll do anything for $5. I don't give a shit. Well, I guess like $2.50, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Twitch got to eat.
It poor indie company Twitch, owned
Dude,
by
I'm knocking
indie,
this show out of the park today.
yeah, owned by indie company Amazon. Oh god,
Small time book publisher or book distributor.
yeah, poor Amazon. So yeah, hopefully that game gets more people in it soon. But I really don't blame people too much. It's like, the exciting
There's not a
part's
whole lot
coming.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it for me. What have you two been up to?
Did we play The Forest twice this week?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Monday and Tuesday we played The Forest again,
Yeah,
and we
we-
actually beat the game.
Yeah, we completed it.
Yeah,
Did both endings.
I didn't even think that we were actually going to get like
I also did not think that was the end.
the end end.
The end.
Yeah, I thought we were doing some stuff to get close to the end, maybe
Yeah,
figure some
do
stuff
some
out.
story,
And then we're probably going to be like, we've been doing this thing where we go back and forth. We're like, oh, we'll do some story stuff. And then like Matt and Coulter will go off and hunt. And, Dee and I will build things.
Home ec.
We'll build things. We made a tower. Anyways,
that's cool.
that never got used because we didn't realize that we were literally playing the end game. And the storyline's actually kind of cool. Like, it's not like anything super, not been done before, right? But the way they present it and the way they go about it and just like the events, it's like, oh, this is like deeper than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say
So-
deeper.
Well, not okay. The deep, so a weird word for that, but I guess better than I expected.
Can I
More
guess?
enjoyable?
Can I guess the two endings?
Yes.
One, you find your son, and the other one, you don't find your son.
Okay.
No,
No.
none of the endings
Whoa.
have anything to do with whether you find your son, because both
Oh.
endings you find your son.
Oh wow, okay. Well, I'll give it some credit then. I thought that was just like the two endings. It's like, oh, you did it, or oh no, you didn't do it.
But you want some spoilers?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not gonna play it.
All right. So we're about to talk about the ending of The Forest. If you don't want to
Okay.
hear or see that,
Whatever.
yeah. Anyways, the ending it takes place in the big mountain, and
The one that Coulter kept insisting that was useless, and I was
That
like,
was useless.
I'm like, it's weird to me that they would have this big old mountain here that's like 40% of the landmass that we can explore and just have nothing.
yeah. Come to find out, it's not the mountain; it's inside the mountain.
Oh
And
my
there's
god.
actually a whole facility inside. And there was like some I don't know if you can consider it like secret government thing, but
I think it was a private company.
might have been like an umbrella corps type scenario. And they were doing some
Experiments. They found
was it
like
an
a
alien artifact,
I don't
or
think
what was it?
Alien. I think it was some type of relic or whatever
Right.
that can reanimate dead people, but it turns them into weird monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains the weird monsters.
Yeah, 100%. And in going through there, it's actually kind of cool because you start out, you're going through all these areas, and you're like, oh, this is that cave that goes through here, and it goes from being a cave to being like an open part of the cave, and then cave, and all of a sudden, bam, you're inside of a fucking
Cafeteria.
cafeteria. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It has like a cool stark contrast between the forest and then to
all of a sudden you're in like a straight up
just
office
like an
building,
office building,
laboratory type place. Well, it starts out as just office building, and then it slowly turns into, oh, here's some equipment, and then now it's more like a lab, and there's like patient beds and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the cafeteria, you can literally there's coffee machines you can get coffee from, and they have vending machines where you can use all the money that you've been finding throughout the whole game that usually you just use to stoke fires because that's the only use you can find for the money. It turns out you can go into the vending machines and get like snacks and some drinks and shit like that with the money you've been collecting throughout the game.
Oh, cool.
Which is pretty sick. It's like needed.
Yeah.
The more you move through, the more you uncover that there's this whole weird recursive thing happening with the island, where this other person was trying to save his daughter or something.
Yeah,
so
he's trying to save his daughter. So he crashes your plane with the relic.
Yeah, the relic sends out like this
big old shockwave,
and then the plane crashes, and that's why the plane crashed in the first place.
Mm-hmm. He takes your son, uses the machine that they built to bring back people, to bring back his daughter, but the machine kills the people who, you have to take a life to give a life, basically.
Yeah, but. And also the daughter doesn't come back quite the same.
Yeah, so she's all fucked up. She's a boss. Turns into some spider bitch.
Oh my god, yeah, like literally, like it's pretty cool, like how they animated how it happens, because it's like, ooh, it's like nuts.
Yeah, it looks
looking.
cool.
Yeah, and like just stuff just comes out of her body like Dead Space, and then she comes right out the gate with a fucking helicopter attack.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's like
sounds intense.
Yeah, and that whole boss fight kind of feels like Resident Evil Umbrella Corp kind of thing. Is you're in a huge white room with glass floors. Glass floors, by the way, looking down into the cave you were just in, not even realizing that you're actually in a part that was being monitored or had the potential to be monitored. But everyone who was running the facility is no longer there because they all died.
Yeah, it all turned into like the weird zombie people.
Yeah, and so you find
your son. He's in the machine. He's dead. And I feel like I acted very emotionally.
Yeah.
And injected a lot of life into that scene with my own commentary. So people should watch that. And then so we're all upset. We find a little girl. We're like, all right, little girl, we need to put you in the machine so I can bring back my son because I don't give a shit about you. You ain't my daughter. She turns into a spider boss. We fuck her up, and we put her in the machine anyways. Bring back our son. And then that's not what happens. I fucked it up.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. So you kill the girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't use it to bring your son back anymore.
Yeah.
So then you have a choice.
It needs a live specimen.
Yeah.
So you try it, and it's like, no, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. So you can either bring down a plane that has 3 little kids on it.
It's like identified like possible matches on the plane that's already flying nearby. And and what's crazy is all the players have to agree to the choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 2 choices. There's knock down another plane with the implication that you're going to then take one of their children to bring your own child back, just like the guy did. This is the recursive thing I was talking about. And then the other one
is to shut the machine down and then not save your son.
Yeah.
Dun dun. What did you choose?
It was a instant. Days on my kids, so fuck them. I'm bringing back my son, Timmy.
And what's crazy is the 2 endings. One of them is like a definite ending, and the other one, it's like, oh, this is the option you choose. If you decide to give up your son, you just continue playing the game.
Yeah, you just continue playing the game, and then you get rescued a year later.
Yeah, but like it's not like there's no ending cutscene for that one.
Yeah,
really. There's a moment like, if you continue the game, you leave the cave thing, and then you like look at your a picture of your son or your family or whatever. I don't remember.
It was his son.
It was just your son, and then you burn the picture.
Oh,
Which is like
wow.
a surprisingly powerful moment.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, son's dead. Burn the picture. I'm just gonna live on this fucking island now.
I don't have a
You get
son.
rescued later.
Do you get rescued? Mm-hmm. How do you know?
I don't know. Colder said it. Anyways,
Oh.
and then the ending where you find your son or whatever, you get off the island after he's rescued or whatever, after you kill the little kids, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that just skips over all that.
Yeah. A year later, you're on a talk show and
You published a book.
yeah, you publish a book. Also, the main character was a survival expert before.
Oh,
He was like
is that
the
it?
Canadian Bear Grylls,
Oh, so that explains.
how he's able to do all this shit.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the TV host is like, "Hey, motherfucker, let's chop down some wood just like you did on the island." And we're like, "All right."
So we grab an axe and we'll walk over there.
And our
he has-
son the whole time is twitching out.
Yeah,
our
it's crazy.
son's like, "Whoa,"
Yeah, you
being
look over-
weird.
you look over to him, and every time he talks to you, his eyes like, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Dad," and then you walk under the
Okay.
thing, and he's just there's something off about the son, right?
Yeah.
And when you walk up to go, it's like imagine on like Jimmy Fallon, they just go off to like the side stage, and there's something already set up over there, and there's two logs, and you're gonna take the axe and cut it like you're cutting the tree to demonstrate or whatever, and the music starts, and then some sounds or whatever, and people are reacting to something, but you don't see it right away because your back's to the crowd. And my first assumption was, oh, you're having flashbacks. You're turning into the person you were on the island, and you're going to take this axe and like kill the guy, right? That was
I don't know why that was your first reaction,
Well,
especially
me
considering that
and
we saw the kid like convulsing or being weird.
Well, no, he was being a little bit weird before that, but we hadn't seen what actually starts to happen to him right away. And both me and Dee both had that same reaction, like, oh, is he going to go like all cray and like whatever? But no, you turn around and your son is literally having a seizure on the ground.
Yeah, just like the girl did right before she turned to a giant spider boss.
Yeah, the same looks exactly the same. Like, oh, shit,
And you're
she-
like, "Ah, shit." But then it cuts to years and years later, and then you're like a dude, and you're like in first person, and then you go and you look in the mirror, and it's you, the son, Timmy, because you have the same scar. It's crazy.
yeah.
So apparently
Oh my
he was
God.
okay. He didn't turn into a monster, and he's in a city.
Yeah,
And now he has powers that are like,
yeah.
Ooh, powers.
So I guess he's like the only successful thing to come out of it that didn't end up turning into a fucking spider queen.
yeah. Well, that was the forest. It was cool.
Yeah. So it
Actually, sounds
suggests
really
that
interesting.
If there was a second one, I don't know what like I made a joke in the stream, but like, okay, so what's gonna happen next? Are they gonna call it the city? Like what is there gonna be a secondary thing where you play as a kid and you have powers? Is it gonna be like prototype? Like what's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah, that was the forest.
Just because of the ending, actually, I'm halfway interested in playing the game now.
The way they build it up is really cool. Like the storytelling on like there's a bunch of
Very
clues.
minimal storytelling.
Yeah.
You have to pretty much find it all.
Yeah, you know, everything's like a picture or like a little bit of writing about something or a drawing, and you slowly put it all together. And even at the end, there's like there's like bloody footprints going somewhere, and just stuff like that, where it kind of tells the story through the environment in an interesting way, which not all games do. So,
The more you know. Cool.
and
Well, what else did you play?
What else did we play this week? Jesus, we played.
Dead Space.
Well, before that, we played Condemned.
Oh, fuck.
I forgot
That
about Condemned,
game-
yeah.
Is
That game sucks.
it's a little like I don't know. It's a little bit like too samey all the time.
Yeah.
More than I expected. It's like the levels are just the same level over and over again is what it feels like. But I'm sure that it eventually goes somewhere because they made a second game, right? It definitely is a product of its time. Like it's
Yeah.
and it's a port, so we got to give it something.
All right.
But yeah, we played that for Into the Veil, and I guess we'll play it again this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be.
Did you beat it? If no, then yes. We're playing
You
it
gotta
again.
keep going.
That's Into the Veil. It's a real fucky game.
Suffer.
And then yeah, we beat Dead Space 2, and we started playing Dead Space 3.
Dead Space 2, just as good as Dead Space 1.
Yeah, it sounded like you said Dead Space 3, but you're saying Dead Space 2 is just as good as Dead Space 1.
Yeah, Dead Space 1.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like Dead Space 2, not a whole lot changes. Like nothing drastic changes with like the mechanics. It's just like things kind of get.
You talking about Dead Space 2 or Dead Space 3?
Dead Space 2. You know, the weapon. You know, there's like more weapons to pick from, and they've been kind of slightly changed and rebalanced a little bit. Something that Matt never used was on the pulse rifle in the first game. Its secondary fire is this thing where it like shoots around you. Right, and in the second game, it's a rocket. It's like a grenade launcher.
Yeah, it's like a grenade lobber.
And because we played Dead Space 1 and then went right into 2, had just assumed that the secondary fire for the pulse rifle was still what it was in the first one, which was like, that kind of sucks. I'm not going to use it. So Matt didn't even use the secondary fire until like the last level of the game.
Yeah, did not use it at all.
Not even once.
And then I accidentally used it, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, it's that. Oh, right. Okay. Oh,
What the fuck? I really enjoyed the last part of Dead Space 2, where you're basically fighting your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Dead Space 2 had a more satisfying ending than Dead Space 1. Sure. I think what we had said before, comparing it to Alien versus Aliens still stands for the most part. It doesn't have like quite the same horror aspect, but it's still scary. It's still,
Oh yeah.
And it's I think a more fleshed out story.
Yeah.
Dead Space 3 is good, but it's got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
one thing
ruined
about
their good system of having 4 weapons and then, having to find them and whatever with this fucking god-awful crafting system.
Oh, which, by the way, the crafting system, most guns, you can have like two, you can have like a lower and an upper portion. So you can have like a machine gun on the top and then like a flamethrower on the bottom or something like that, right? So you can mix and match all this crazy stuff, and you have different tips to augment the type of shots you have and all that. But you only have 2 guns you can carry at any given time. Mm-hmm. So whereas before you had 4 guns, now you have...
Which was technically like 8 guns because they all have alternative fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now you're down to 2, which could potentially be 4 separate guns. Or you could get like... there are special frames where it doesn't have a lower tool, so you can only have 1 gun for it, but it like buffs an aspect of it. Like Matt has Hammond's heavy frame, where it buffs the clip size, but you can't have a lower tool, so you put that on a sniper rifle, and so it has like which is pretty nice. It's not the balancing in this game is really weird because Matt's basically one-shotting everything with a sniper rifle. Like barely matters what it is, just like pop, 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 and it's
you don't have to shoot off a limb or anything. You just shoot them.
You just shoot them. Things just die, and it's like,
I mean, like it's sick.
Yeah, it's sad. It's like, oh, sick. You just killed him.
But it's not good for every situation.
Oh my God. So Matt we had the sniper rifle, and then we had a gun that was essentially a freeze thing with a line gun on the bottom. So it's that wide beam cutter tool, right? Yeah. And there's a boss called the Snow Beast that you fight, and it's the second time that you fight it because you fight it multiple times throughout the game. Mm-hmm. And the Snow Beast, the way it works is it has 3 rounds where it has 3 tentacles at the top. And then when you shoot all the tentacles off, it then opens up its mouth thing, looks like an asshole, and more bulbs come out, and you destroy those one by one throughout the different things, and then it runs off. Oh, it skitters away. Well, with the sniper rifle, which is highly specific where it hits, and the wide beam being the slow-moving projectile, and the freeze ray thing basically doing nothing.
Yeah, it does nothing.
To the Snow Beast. There was no bench nearby to switch weapons, so Matt ended up fighting the Snow Beast like 6 times. I don't even know how many times it was.
It was like 5 or 6,
and each time was like
it was
10 minutes.
It was because I would go until I ran out of ammo.
Yeah. Matt never giving up. Right. Oh, I think there was one where it's like I'm almost at ammo. Just let yourself die.
Yeah, I was basically at 0.
But then by the end, you were literally sniping off the tentacles.
Yeah, I got real good, real quick, Snow Beast, bitch.
Matt was like calling like its movement. That's how many times he fought it.
All the reads.
Yeah.
And then later on, you fight the snow beast again, and Matt had a different gun and was
Yeah,
much
with
more
a rocket launcher, and
and the rocket launcher blows off all 3 bits at once.
it was sick.
Oh, nice.
It was retribution, really.
just destroyed the snow beast that time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weapon system is like the combinations are cool, but
You can make some really cool stuff. Just the
limiting you
God.
to 2 different weapons is kind of shitty, and then also getting the parts for it all feels really tedious.
Yeah.
And like it kind of like sucks the fun out a little bit sometimes, where you're like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, it costs 400 tungsten. Oh, I have 50, and I've gotten like maybe 200 total the whole game, and it's chapter 7, and there's 19 chapters in the game. Like,
Well, we've probably gotten like maybe 500 total tungsten. We're
By
on
now.
chapter 14 or something.
yeah, we're in chapter 14. We've
Played
got,
like 10 hours
Jesus.
yesterday.
yeah. But
Still not enough.
Yeah, and it's still like there are some things that just cost so much to do. Like like one part, like one weapon part can sometimes cost 100 tungsten, and that's just the tungsten part, because it still also has spare weapon parts and other stuff too. So that part's fucky, right?
Yeah.
There's the whole additional microtransaction portion that we're not even using. We're like, nah, ain't happening. So we're not being really affected by that. The only other thing that I wanted to mention before we actually go into a story or talk about anything else was the fact that in order to 100% the game, you're playing solo mode. There are co-op levels built in throughout the game. It's like 4 or 5 that if you don't do the co-op levels, you can't 100% the story, or you can't experience the whole story, and you're missing like artifacts and lore and stuff like that. But it's in the solo mode, but it still requires these like
Co-op missions.
These co-op missions to get the full experience.
Jesus.
That's stupid.
They're really pushing that co-op. Really
yeah, back
wanting
in
the money.
2013 they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, Dead Space 3, storyline wise, I feel like the characters become more sassy.
Isaac.
Yeah. But I also feel like the interpersonal story, like the writing, like character relationship writing, is like actually like much better. Because the first 2 games, there's almost none of it, and if there is, like the first one, he doesn't talk, so it's non-existent. And the second one, like there's not really the relationships that it shows are very basic. But in this one, it's like there's some nuance, and like there's a character that he doesn't like, where every time the character talks afterwards, he'll do like a like little harumph to himself, or he'll call him an asshole, or like there's some satisfying kind of like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Isaac, yeah, fuck
Isaac
that
is
guy.
like a real dude.
Yeah.
A real person with feelings. Yeah,
but
he's sick of everything.
Besides that, Matt, you played Hades again on Friday.
Yeah, I won a full
Nice.
run all by myself. First run of the day. It was sick.
Ooh.
And then I made it to the end boss every other time
Yeah.
after that. And then I played Phantom Doctrine.
I was at
Not for
the another XCOM like or something.
Yeah, but it's not very good.
No.
XCOM is shitty.
The XCOM stuff is shitty.
Yeah. And like this, they do some really cool stuff with like the spy. You have to pick out words and documents that are important, and then you got like a notice board, and then you tie yarn and you connect it, and then you're like, oh, I did the whole bit about Jimothy or whatever the fuck his name was. But like that part was cool. Everything else kind of sucked. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I was like, you know what? Instead of just having this in my library forever, I'm just gonna refund it. Which is a big step for me.
Yeah,
Because
because
usually I would have just taken the hit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's worth another number up on my library. $20.
Shit.
but yeah, Matt refunded it.
Wow. That
But
bad.
yeah, and then besides that, we played Smash Ultimate and Melee this weekend, and we had I think 2 good days. Like,
Nice.
yeah, they're good stream days.
Do you want to talk about the Iron Man real fast? And then
Yeah. So today we played Melee. We went through a few of our usual episodes, and then at the end, Matt was like, "Oh, well, we want to do 2 more episodes, or just do an Iron Man, an Around the World, where you go through the roster." I was like,
yeah, full
sure.
roster.
Yeah,
thing.
a full roster Iron Man. And so I started. For those of you who don't know, one of you starts at one end of the character select screen, the other one starts the other, and then each time you win, you get to move up a character, and you go through, and whoever gets to the whole roster first wins. And we've lowered it to 2 stocks, and you have items on. And so
shit.
it's a zany time.
And you don't use any of the regulation stages.
Yeah, you don't use any of the regular stages, and so you purposely use all the wacky, crazy stages. And I started on the bottom left of the melee select screen with Pichu.
And I started with Ganon at the top right.
Matt started top right, Ganondorf.
Oof.
And Matt's top right, decidedly, I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's a more solid start. Because basically I didn't win with Pichu. I wasn't allowed to move forward from Pichu until Matt had made it all the way across the top and got to Mario. So if you can imagine, it's like Ganondorf, Captain Falcon, and
Yoshi, Peach.
Yoshi, Peach. You know, like all these characters. I think he went through 8 characters before I finally got off of Pichu, and I made it maybe halfway through the whole roster, and Matt ended up winning.
Yeah.
But like literally for the longest time, I just couldn't get off Pichu. I couldn't do anything. Matt was destroying me. The situations were destroying me. Really what it was is I couldn't get anything strong started, like on any of them. Like I couldn't figure out how to get like a good hit and kill you. But I had a real hard time.
My Pichu did not have that problem.
No, your Pichu was fine. And then I had like a tiny little run where I was like, maybe I'll bring it back. And then Matt just ended up just like coming at the end, just taking me out.
Wow, who isn't good at other Smash characters in a Smash game? What the fuck? That's so fucked up, man. How can you be so bad at other characters besides one character you play? Well, you piece of shit.
I was concerned because I was like, I'm gonna have a hard time with Peach. I didn't expect to have nearly the level. I'm like, oh well, it's Ganondorf. Oh, and there's Bowser at the top too. I'm like, there's some heavy guys. You know, they can hit hard, sure, but like, you know, Peach, not Peach. You know, Pichu. I'm sure I can probably make something work. Right? Could not make something work.
That's fine. I was just drunk because I was referencing check the VODs from Twitch.tv and NFL Gaming TV from like 2 Sundays ago when we thought it'd be fun to have a
Squad Strike.
Squad Strike. Like, oh yeah, I could probably do Squad Strike. I can't do Squad Strike. I only know Fire Cat wrestler types, and there's only one of those in the entire game. So check the VODs. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/NFL
Even better.
Yeah. What was it? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Friendlies with Fistcake.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, first story of the day. We're 42 minutes into the podcast.
Sorry.
Fistcake, why don't you tell us about Devotion and the issues they're having the game?
Yes. Okay. I was waiting. Come on, finish it. Oh God. Devotion is the new game by Red Candles, who previously made Detention, which is a Taiwanese horror game, and this is in the same vein, except for this is like 3D first person. Anyways, Devotion had some problems with one of their cards or whatever. Just there was like some art in the game that called the leader of the Chinese people Winnie the Pooh, which apparently he hates. It's just one of his things that he refuses to have acknowledged ever. And so Chinese
like a joke or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a meme for like a couple of years ago about it.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I mean, like I remember seeing like in the news before, but I'm like, okay, I don't know. But basically, a bunch of Chinese Steam players started review bombing the game because there's a bunch of reasons people speculate. Some say that it's because they don't want they don't want the government spotlight on Steam because then they'll get shut down completely in the country. Some are just 100% pro China. Some people suspect that there's like other shenanigans going on. But anyways, can't remember how long it took him. I think it was like 5 days or a week. Let's see. Do I not have the date? After well, I don't have the date, but eventually at 6 days ago they did remove Devotion from Steam. Their full statement about it is due to technical issues that cause unexpected crashes and among other reasons we are pulling Devotion off from Steam Store to have another complete QA check. At the same time, we'd like to take this opportunity to ease the heightened pressure in our community resulted from our previous art material incident.
Yeah,
our team would...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, yeah. Our team would also review our game material once again, making sure no other unintended materials was inserted in. Hopefully this would help all audience to focus on the game itself upon its return. Yeah, so basically it's like, we got some bugs and stuff, and we're taking care of that Winnie the Pooh thing, but mostly just the bugs and stuff. There's no
Right,
Winnie.
yeah.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. So
Yeah, what's nutty is that Chinese, they have their own Steam client already.
Mhm.
So the Chinese people who review bombed it had to go through a VPN
Just to be able
to
to.
actually connect to the global store, basically.
oh yeah, true.
So it wasn't even available on the global store.
No, it was.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't even available on the Chinese store.
No, well, I don't know if it was available or not.
Oh,
But
but in order to have
I'm
the
not
reviews
sure.
be seen by the rest of the.
By the rest of the world, they had to go through a VPN.
Wow, that's some.
Yeah.
That's some effort.
Yeah, so I mean, whoever did that, yeah. So that's the thing, and that's it sucks because of a meme that that probably a really good game got
Yeah,
it's-
but like also they're a professional company, and I think their publisher was
oh no
Chinese as well.
yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get that. No,
Like
I'm not saying
they use
yeah.
the publisher or a Chinese publisher.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying.
Oh.
I guess I misworded that. I didn't mean like it's just pictures. No, yeah, somebody on their team definitely fucked up, but it's just so funny. That's just like it goes down to a piece of art that ruined the game
Yeah.
for now.
Right.
But because I heard good things and it was actually going on a pretty high, like it was positive for a while, then it went all the way down to mixed. I'm like, oh no, what happened? But, mystery solved. So that's it for Devotion. Hopefully, we'll be back soon without unfortunate art material incidents.
Right.
It's like heated gamer moments.
Our next story, Dead or Alive 6. It has been announced what will be their first season pass, and you might be thinking, oh, well, what type of season pass is it? Is it the type of season pass that adds more specific game content? No, it is 2 characters and their costumes.
62 costumes.
62 costumes. Now, are these characters already in the game?
No, because this is a season pass.
So these characters are going to be new characters, and then along with them, all of their costumes.
And how much is it going to cost?
So the entirety of the season pass for all the costumes and everything put together, $93. The first season pass for 2 characters and their costumes, $93. Holy shit! And also apparently that's the bundle price, because Fiskig, you were looking into it, and they do have packs that will be coming out separately. If you don't get the season pass, that will push it even higher.
Yeah, if you buy like outright, I think it's like hundreds of dollars according to the art. We might be able to just find it on Steam here, but yeah, it's
Is
a
the
lot
DLC
of
already
money.
available, or was it just announced?
No, I think it's out, so I'm going to check it out real quick. Well,
Yeah, the game is out.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the DLC. Like, is
Yeah.
the DLC available already?
Well, I think
oh,
the
that's
game.
weird. It's on sale right now. That's why it's cheaper. Okay, if you get Dare Live now, it's 10% off, so it's $53.99. And if you get the deluxe edition with with the bonuses, that's $72. But yeah, the season pass is still $93.
Yeah. So that's what a season pass is. You're pre-ordering future DLC.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. I was asking if it was available for purchase yet. That's all. I was
No,
saying.
not yet. I was just double checking that too, and it is not. So
Okay.
The season pass?
the season pass is available. Individually buying things, the costumes one
Yeah,
is not.
is not available.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Okay. I just was curious. Yeah. I mean, just a crazy amount of money. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's insane. And so I'm curious. I mean, does it show how much it is just to get the characters?
Some people are trying to do the math, but I think it's like $15 a character or something like that. Let me see. Then it seems like it works out to $1 a costume and $15 for each additional character, including their debut outfits.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead or Alive. This game has to succeed for the franchise to continue. Here's a $100 season pass.
This is the first one. They're going to have more.
Yeah.
Imagine putting in multiple season pass worth of purchases into Dead or Alive as a consumer. Oh yeah, what game do you think you got the most value out of? Well, I spent $500 in Dead or Alive, and I play it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw reviews from the season pass. Like, people have left reviews for it.
Oh,
And
really?
they're like, what have I done?
Oh no. Oh, Jesus.
Guys, don't do it.
I'm
Don't
like,
do it.
It'd be different if they had like a character season pass and then like a costume season pass or some kind of shit like that. Not bundling them both into the same thing. We're like, oh,
Right?
so I can either spend $30. Well, I mean, not yeah. I would just spend $30 to get new characters, which is half the price of the game. So whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like even that's more reasonable than it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's okay. So they're trying to appease everybody at the same time. It's a professional fighting game,
shit.
but it's also for the degenerates too. Goddamn weebs.
Yeah.
They'll buy anything, Jim.
My question is when are we going to get season passes for the existing characters, and how much is that going to cost? Like for costumes and stuff like that.
Well, that'll be microtransactions. Spencer.
Oh, okay. Right.
That's totally different.
Yeah, definitely. That's a totally different way of making money.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
They just added it in there, in case you just wanted to speed it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
the biggest news.
the biggest news, yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield was announced.
Let's go.
First question right out the gate. 'Cause we've all seen the video and everything, right? First question: which one are you going to get, Sword or Shield? Just based off of the way it looks with the title screen and the fact that the one's a sword and one's a shield.
I'll probably go sword.
Oh, I don't know.
Mainly because, like I had previously stated, I think the sword or a blade, really, some would say a knife, is much more deadly, than a gun.
Well, it's definitely more deadly than a shield.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about just the sword, shield, and then later on, 2 years from now when they make a third one, gun.
Sword, shield, and gun.
Most likely sword.
Do they even do that anymore?
Yeah, the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, dude.
Well, yeah, but they came out with Ultra versions of the two games, but they didn't come out with a third, complete edition like they did with Emeralds.
Yeah,
and
but that's
Crystal.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Right.
That's the definitive.
Yeah, so are we gonna get super sword and sick ass shield, or are we gonna get
big sword and
shield,
big
and then
shield?
gun? A big sword, big shield. Yeah.
It's even bigger than before. I'm pretty excited to see what all the new Pokemons are, and I can't wait to make all the British jokes like everybody else is.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
I mean, the thing about it is I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna pick this because I like this color.
Mm-hmm.
Now I pick shit. I'm like, what exclusive Pokemon does this one have, and do I like it better than the other one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
So I guess the real choice is going to come when they're like, all right, so what Pokemon can you not get in this one, but can you get in this one, and vice versa, and then that'll be the choice, right? I do lean towards Shield because I don't know, I assume Matt was going to go Sword, and so we tend to go for the opposites.
Yeah, but this is on Switch, dude.
But it's on Switch, so it's probably not going to matter. So that's going to be a conversation. Well, and then the other question, obviously, barring more information, they also revealed the 3 starters.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say they all look kind of unimagined to me. None of them struck my eye as like, oh, this one looks sick.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of tell, at least with the Sun and Moon and all the previous ones. You're like, I like this one. He looks cool. All of them, they kind of look similar, and
yeah, I think I'm more interested in seeing what their
evolutions.
What the evolutions end up looking like.
Oh my god, the top of their heads are all kind of the same. You got the grass one has the 2 tiny leaves on the top that kind of looks like ears. And then the fire bunny's got the giant ones that looks like ears, and the water one has a big one and a small one. To kind of balance it out, So it's
the water one is the shy one.
Yeah,
it really just depends on what their evos look like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm more wet. Yeah, I imagine I'll probably pick the fire bunny because it might be a fighter type, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, there's a good probability.
I think it's funny that you're going I'm probably gonna pick him because he might be a fire type, and
and literally 99% of everyone
else
is if this is a fucking firefighting, we riot.
Yeah,
All right,
nobody
we're
wants
coming
it.
down there, Game Freak.
You're the 1%
Oh.
who's like, oh, actually, if it becomes to be firefighting, that might be pretty sick.
Well, that's because I'm a Pokemon casual. I haven't been buying all the games since I bought.
See, there's a problem.
Yeah, I haven't been like playing the last 15. I got the first generation, second generation. The next one I played was like X, and I think that's about it for me.
I kind of like the idea that some people brought forward because he looks and acts kind of like the way his design is, the bunny, like kind of like a soccer player.
Yes,
And
that's
so some
exactly
peop-
what they were going for, Spencer.
Can you hold up for like a second, dude?
I'm sorry. I saw a moment of ridicule.
Okay, well, anyways, because of those features, some people brought forward the possibility that instead of being a firefighting, because soccer, right? It's not really like big buff guy necessarily, that maybe it could be fire electric because of speed.
Well, then I'll riot. No,
Or fire normal, but yeah, it would just be fire.
Oh God, fire normal?
Yeah, wouldn't that be weird?
That would be super boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey
I
guys, I'm
burn
fire
stuff.
normal. I play football. I mean soccer. I mean football.
Hey, whatever. Fuck you.
I'm a bunny. Dude,
Um,
I can guarantee Shy Boy Water Dude is gonna turn out to be like this, like crazy, like confident, like dragon, like.
Yo, if that happens, that's my dog. But
Yeah. Imagine like Final Evolution, still super shy, right? Like timid as all hell. Like
Oh, yeah.
level 80.
depending on the
"Ooh."
other two, he still might be my dog. I
So
was
that's
like
not-
the downtrodden. Except for Bulbasaur, that piece of shit can die.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Bulby.
Bulba.
But it's
Yeah.
based off of Britain or
Yeah.
England or whatever they want to call their mainland. Their fucking island.
British Isles.
Yeah, whatever. And it looks very linear. The
Yeah,
progression.
the picture is just like zoop.
You just like
Go
up.
you start south, you end north.
There's like it was there. I'm trying to picture it now because I saw it like once. Was there like a castle at the end, or was it like
Yeah.
a mountain?
Well, it's a mountain with like a city and a giant
so
tower
mountain
thing.
with kind of a castle-looking city. Okay.
Well,
I couldn't remember which was.
yeah, it's got giant walls and stuff. But yeah, can't wait to get more information about that so we can all kind of pick and choose. Like, oh yeah, let's get in this one because all right, cool. Oh yeah.
All right, so it's getting close to the end of the podcast. Do you want to go over one more thing? Is there anything else that we feel is worth talking about? The other
yeah,
kind of bigger
probably.
story.
Your fucking game.
What?
The Melee and the Evo.
Oh, yeah, the
your fucking
Evo.
game. You
Okay,
should probably
okay.
talk about that.
I thought you were talking about the new fucking game, and I was like, what? We have a story
No,
about a
sorry.
new game?
No, your
Besides
fucking game.
Pokemon
Sorry.
Sword and Shield. All right, yeah. So I just wanted to run it past you guys before I assumed. Yes, so Evo 2018, Evo being the like is it still considered
Evolution?
like the biggest fighting game tournament in the U.S. at least?
I think in the world.
It might be the world. I didn't want to like say that without knowing for sure, but it's definitely
Yeah.
like top, absolutely one of the biggest. Period.
At the very least, yeah.
Has dropped Melee from its roster, and there's a whole story history about Melee and Evo. The community for Melee had like literally worked super hard to get Melee onto Evo in the
Back
first
in
place.
2013.
Back in 2013, and it's been on ever since then. And it's had, I mean, there's always been some criticism on how they ran Melee, but we don't need to get into that. But it's still been understood as, the fighting game tournament that had one of the biggest turnouts, like one of the biggest events in the whole Melee yearly circuit. But it has been dropped, even though I think it's the game that
It was like
the number one viewed game.
It's not
for,
number one viewed. It wasn't number one viewed last year. That was Dragon Ball Fighters.
was it Dragon Ball Fighters, but
But
definitely
it's,
one of the
it's
biggest.
top three pretty much all the time.
Yeah, absolutely brings in the views, for sure. And I think last year it was bigger than Smash 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Melee is still a huge game, of course. It's being dropped, and I think some people are, and I kind of share this opinion a little bit. The main reason behind it being Melee
They don't want two
compared,
Smash games.
Melee compared to a lot of the other games on here, besides having 2 Smash games, is the hardest to monetize because it's not a new edition of an existing series. And it's not being supported
by Nintendo,
by the original developers because Nintendo's supporting Ultimate. So and that's what it comes down to, you know. It kind of sucks. I mean, I'm
just gonna watch Ultimate and bounce.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
I don't give a fuck about Under Night, In Birth.
Yeah. Well, let's go over some of the games that were added on in, I guess, not really in its place, but what is included. For
I was gonna say, like, I get that Melee's been on the Evo for a while, so I kind of understand being cut for that, but I don't understand why they would. Like, it seems like to be a consistent thing where they're just shoving in like these new anime games immediately, some that are not even released yet, into the Evo fighting scene. Where like there hasn't even been like a following behind them yet or anything, because we don't know if it's going to come out to be good or bad or whatever.
Like so Samurai Showdown.
Yes. Yeah. Samurai Showdown. We got what? The
Under Night, In Birth.
Under Night, In Birth. And what's that other one? The cross tag battle one? Is
that's
Blaze
Blue
I couldn't see it.
Battle.
It was so small. Yeah. But yeah, like the other thing that was brought up with it as well is Melee is the only game in this entire roster that requires special setups.
Well, yeah, that too.
With the CRTs and all of that, and that might be a factor that in order to set all that up, it's just something that this has to be done special just for this one game when all the other ones can run off of the same type of setup with the same type of monitors and stuff like that. So from a logistical standpoint,
you can also kind of see it that way too. Yeah. But still, it's fucking cutting out for Under Night.
Yeah.
Is Under Night still out or has it been out yet? I can't remember.
It's not. I don't know.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
I've never seen it before until right now.
Yeah.
They have a little name for it. What the fuck are you?
What are you, you goddamn anime
What
fighter?
the fuck is Samurai Showdown?
Oh, that's a coming back of it, like an old series. That's actually kind of...
Yeah, but I haven't even, I didn't even know it should existed until it got bumped, or Melee got bumped for it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, the other games on here, Smash Ultimate's going to be there. Dragon Ball Fighters is going to be on there. Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, Soul Calibur 6, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, the new Mortal Kombat, which no one's played yet.
No one's played that yet, which is...
Well, except they had like that little invitational with the pros or whatever.
Well, yeah, all the pros played it.
And this wouldn't be the first time that Evo, like, straight up just had like a game that was just released be played.
Oh, yeah, last year it was Blaze Blue. That was going to like be released 2 months before Evo came out, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, we're it's going in there instead of like, you know, older games like Skullgirls, I think as well people were hoping for.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I get it, like you're trying to like get these new fads and whatnot, but at the very base, of course, each fighting game is going to have its own like fan base and whatnot. I mean, there's still people for Persona Arena or whatever, that fucking old ass, well, not old ass, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just,
yeah.
It's just like, yeah. You're betting a lot of money unless they get paid for it. I don't know. There's a lot of factors here that I'm not sure of, and I don't know if I like it all. But
yeah, I'm
onto you, video games.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure that if they're gonna have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, that Nintendo is likely to help sponsor that a bit.
Oh well,
like,
definitely.
I feel like there is definite monetary reasons for it. Which makes you think, okay, but what's Samurai Showdown bringing to the table?
Yeah, exactly. Under Night, yeah.
Nostalgia.
Hype and nostalgia. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think like it's weird because there were a lot of people were like, oh, why you have like Smash is the only game in Evo that has two of the same of the same franchise in at one time, and I'm like,
they're two
look,
different
motherfuckers, games. Like play them. Play Smash 4 was when Smash 4 was on there, and then play Melee, and tell me they're the same game.
Yeah.
One just looks better. They're not. They're totally different games. They should be looked at totally differently.
Yeah.
You have totally different top players. You have totally different like all sorts a meta. You know, it's like I don't know. Some like a lot of the shit doesn't carry over from Melee to Smash 4 and Ultimate and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like the games are completely different. I don't understand. It's not like you're like adding like, oh, this now they combo break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now there's a new character. His name is Tile, and he is Middle Eastern Guile. Like, he doesn't
Nailed
go,
it.
woo, Sonic Boom. He goes, Tonic Doom. Like, fuck
Yeah.
you. Arcade,
Yeah.
dumbass. Fucking, like,
Oh, Street
man.
Fighter. Calling out Street
Yeah.
Fighter.
Yeah. He's going on. I see what you're saying, where it's like, oh, the newer, if you have Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, like how, well, I guess there actually is.
yeah, they're pretty different.
Yeah, but like the Street Fighter 5, like original release version and then the arcade edition, how much is different between those two? That doesn't make sense to have both those in there, right? But
Yeah.
but Melee and Ultimate are two different games.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
sure, they're
it's
both
literally
Smash Bros,
like
but
like Mortal Kombat and like I don't know, fucking Soul Calibur. Like you might as well just be comparing them to
yeah,
Melee and Ultimate. Like they're so different. That's what a lot of these motherfuckers don't get.
yeah.
They don't understand.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to get into the whole continuing saga of Salem, the shit disturber. But
No, God.
more
Yeah.
stuff happened with that. And that everyone came out of the woodwork and like, shut up, Salem.
Yeah.
Boom, roasted.
Yeah.
Make top 8.
Yeah, for real. All right.
Anything else we want to add or anything like that?
PS Vita's is ending production like they said they would end production. So
Yeah,
you
just
know,
continue.
if you have a Vita, kiss it goodnight, all that fun stuff. Okay, that's all I really care about.
All right,
Kisses
sick.
for me. Kiss your Vitas for me.
All right. So we're gonna, Fizz, why don't you tell people where they can find you and what you're doing?
You can find me on old twitch.tv/fistcake where I stream Tuesday through Friday. Tuesday I'll probably play a random game. I'm not for sure what, since I usually play something with the super hopped up feller. Now I'm going deep south. Oh God.
Yeah, I know. You said
Yeah.
feller. So
Jesus.
southern.
Oh no. So I'll play something there. Wednesday I'll probably play either Smash or Tekken 7. Probably Smash. And then Wednesday night we'll be doing Into the Veil at 6 p.m. with more Condemned a Criminal Origins, aka
Yes.
Rebarb Fighter.
Yeah.
Then Thursday it's a long one. I'll probably be playing Apex Legends with Butternut again, and then probably Tekken 7 in the evening or in the afternoon. And then the evening time I'll be playing something I think with Coulter. I'll have to ask him from Rogue Rage Gaming. Then Friday will probably be the mix of the two fighting games. I might have like a Smash Arena and then the Tekken fighting bullshit. We'll see how much I like it. But that's it for that. On YouTube this week, Monday through Friday, I'll probably be adding in more videos because I just did a little bit of a playthrough with Evie where she played Binding of Isaac and raged about halfway through the entire game. So it's pretty
Nice.
good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick content.
That's going to be great. I think the title's going to amaze everybody. But stay tuned for that. And if you want to see mild hot takes with the occasional GIF, go to @thefistcake on Twitter. What about you two?
All right. So for us, you can check us out on YouTube and on Twitch at the same handle, Neanderthal Gaming TV, on both. We stream most days. We of course do Into the Veil on Wednesdays with Fizzcake, and we've been doing some stuff with Rogue Rage Gaming on Mondays and Tuesdays. As far as what game we're going to be playing this week, that's still to be continued, but not to be continued, to be determined. But stay tuned for that. And then of course on the weekends we play Smash. As far as our Twitter, you can find us at NeanderthalGTV. That's where when we're going live, or if something's happening, or if you just want to see Matt talk to Fizzcake and just kind of overall bother him with gifts of his own.
And tweet out the single best starter Pokemon tier list this side of the fucking world. I'm talking about the whole world.
Matt made a tier list for starters for Pokemon.
All right. You don't need to translate me. The people understand.
Let me just tell you, Bulbasaur is not where he needs to be. Totodile is also too low.
Where's your tier list, my dude? Oh, you didn't make one.
I think I'm going to make one.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to make one.
Yeah, make one, bitch.
I will, bitch.
Oh shit,
All right.
dude.
And Bulbasaur has a respectable spot at C tier. Okay? There's a whole cavalcade of other useless pieces of shit beneath him.
That's true.
Season-
and I
season
agree with all the
passing
people
grade.
beneath him. Yeah. Okay, so for Content Complete specific information, you can catch us on Twitter at ConComcast. That has yet to be changed if it ever is able to be. So it's still Twitter at ConComcast. You can also send us ideas and suggestions to contentcompletecast@gmail.com. The podcast goes live at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. All episodes are available on YouTube. The audio-only version is available on your favorite podcasting app, and both are released on Mondays. So we stream on Sunday, and we release the audio and video version the very next day. Any last words, fellas? Fellers?
Fellers, y'all have a mighty fine week, y'all.
And then next time we'll be talking about the ending of Dead Space 3. It's like a 3-part series. All right.
Jesus.
Thanks everyone so much for checking us out, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
No, boy.
All right.